Spring is just around the corner, and that means out with the old and in with the new. Today, we're going to uncover the top searches that are currently happening moving into spring 2024. And then after uncovering all these trends, we're going to use them to create a bestseller design that we can use to capitalize on these new popular trends. So to find trends quickly, the best way that I have found is to use the new tool called Gemini. And what is Gemini? It is ChatGPT, but 100% better because it is actually connected to Google. It is Google's chatbot. So it speaks to Google, allowing you to ask real-time questions and get real-time feedback, unlike ChatGPT, which does have usually a few months delay. So you're not getting anything that is current to this day. So this is Gemini. It looks very similar to ChatGPT. You can just Google Gemini and you will get here. And coming into the prompt bar, I'm gonna write something like, I sell sweatshirts and t-shirts. What are some current trending themes, designs, and niches in March so far? At the time of filming, it is March 5th. So this is just 5 days of trend data that I'm looking for. But you can ask for some other prompts like rising trends in February, projected niches going into April. However you want to phrase this, it should spit back information that's extremely helpful. And here's what it spit back. So it is also looking at February because it is still early March, but the things that it is picking up that are going to be popular for this spring 2024 are things like floral prints, things like pastel colors. We have animals, usually moths, insects, bugs, type of more spring type of animals do really well. We have things like comfort and sustainability, minimalism, pop culture. And then it's also given me some niche ideas of things that have been popular lately, like self-care and mental health, body positivity, or environmental awareness. And if you want to learn more about Gemini, I do have a full video on how I use it to find trends and how to get it to help me to create designs. And that's going to be linked up here and at the end of this video as well. So now that we know what's doing well, let's create a design together using multiple of these so we can capitalize on all these top trends to create a bestseller going into spring. And the way that I'm going to do that is using a template from Kittle. So coming down, I'm going to search through their templates and I'm going to look up something like floral, given that we know florals are something that's going to be trending now and moving forward. And here are some of the templates that we can pick from. Not all of these I think scream spring to me, but this one here, we have this bonus mama one, which is beautiful. I'm loving this one here. It's okay to feel all the feels. This one's floral. It has pastels. It's also in that mental health niche that's doing really well. But I'm going to keep going through these. We have this one, keep on growing, keep going, treat your mama right. A lot of these are great templates for you to start with. But the one that we're going to be using today is this one here called Cool Insects Are Exist. Grammar, well, it doesn't matter, we're gonna be changing that anyway. But first, here are some honorable mentions to show you just how good some of these templates are. So we have this one, which is positive vibes, beautiful, floral, positivity, love it. We have this floral one, which is also positivity. You can be whatever you want to be with some beautiful florals in the back. Love this one, almost went with this one. We have this one, which says no rain, no flowers. Again, we could change it up to be whatever we like. I love this one as well, called Extraordinary T-shirt Design Template. The text is just so beautiful and perfect for spring. We have this one here, Conflama World Modern Classic Rose Typography, another one that would look beautiful on apparel. And finally, this one as well, another one I almost went for, called Grateful T-shirt Design Template. Pretty easy to search up and very easy to customize to your own word and to make this your own for this spring. But I'm gonna be going with this one because it crosses off a ton of our boxes. I can make it a positivity shirt. It would look really good on pastels. It's got the bugs. I think it just covers many of these different things that are trending right now. But obviously we need to change this up. So let's get started with this. First, I am going to be getting rid of this R. Not a fan of it. I'm also just going to be changing the background color because we're not designing on a black. I want this to kind of be on a pastel-y shirt. So I'm just going to change the look right now just so I can more picture how this is going to print at the end. Now I'm just going to delete these bottom parts. They're not really relevant to my design at all. So I'm just going to delete those. And now we need to come up with some text. So I'm going to use the AI quote generator to help me out with this. So you can find this by going into tools. You can go into AI quote generator. We're gonna hit generate quotes, and then we're gonna try a few different things. I'm gonna start with, maybe I want a butterfly positivity niche in here. I'm gonna hit continue. We don't want it to be funny. We kind of want it to be probably motivational. And because we don't have too much space, I'm gonna keep this to 2 to 4 words, and let's see what this gives us. And here's what I got. Fly free butterfly, spread your wings, embrace the change. We have beauty and change, gracefully evolving, fueled by transformation, chase your dreams, growth is beautiful, emerge and shine, born to fly, dance among flowers, blossom with grace. Tons of really, really good ideas. But one that's calling to me is spread your wings, because on our design, we have tons of wings showing. I like the way this looks. I'm not a huge fan of the font that is already loaded in here. So I'm just gonna change this. I think I like the way this one looks. So I'm gonna change all of the text to this Sign Master basic. And then I'm just gonna play around with some of the sizing. So now I'm happy where this is at. I've just played with some of the sizing and the spacing in the words. I've also moved around the sparkles a little bit, but now I also want to change that little paragraph at the bottom because it has nothing to do with positivity right now, and I want a bit of a longer message. So now I've come back into the AI quote generator and I just changed it to have the most possible words so that we get a little bit of a different text. We have things like let your dreams take flight, just like a butterfly. Be patient, all butterflies weren't always butterflies. Spread joy like a butterfly. But one that's calling to me is if nothing ever changed, there'd be no butterflies. I love the positivity. It follows the spread your wings. So I'm just going to copy this and let's bring it on over. I can copy it just by hitting this button. Now I've pasted it into our design. I'm just gonna make sure this is more visible because right now it is very small, and maybe I'm going to center this, and I'm liking the look of that. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm going to download this by hitting the button down up here. I'm going to make this larger just because we are going to be printing this. I want this to be a high file size. So I'm actually gonna change this to, let's do 4,000. That's gonna be 5,000. And then I'm going to hit remove background so that we're not printing this green background with it. And now because we know we want to print this on pastels because we're still following these trends, I am going to print this probably on maybe some light blue shirts, some pink shirts. And so I went onto Etsy and I found a pink mock-up, and I'm gonna bring up my design just to picture how this is gonna look when it's printed. And here we go. I've just brought in my image and laid it on top to get an idea of how this will look when printed. And I can also use this for marketing it in my Etsy photos. But I'm loving the way this looks and how many trends we just crossed off. We've got the animals. We've got the pastels. We also brought in the positivity. So we are really, really, really capitalizing in all trends that are happening right now instead of just picking one. And now to list these so that I'm able to sell them passively by having a supplier that can print and ship these for me, I'm gonna go to Printify. I'm going to find the products I want to sell this on. So this one, I'm gonna be doing a t-shirt. I'm gonna be selecting the Bella Canvas 3001. That's one of my favorite shirts to print on. And then I'm gonna pick a supplier I wanna print with. One of my favorites is SwiftPod, because they also, if you take a look, have tons of different colors and different pastel colors that we can pick from for this design. I'm gonna hit start designing. Then we're going to go to upload, and we're gonna bring in that PNG file that we had saved of our design. Now, once this is in, it's not gonna look great because we're printing white on white. So I'm gonna hit select variants. And we're gonna scroll down and find the colors we want to print this on. I'm probably going to do something like natural. I'm liking sage. We'll do a dusty blue, lilac, and then we're going to turn on our soft pink. And I'm gonna make sure I turn off white because we don't want white printing on white. If we did, I could bring in another version of this file that had black font, but I just wanted to keep this one on a light theme. And now I'm going to resize this design so it fits in this box. And then we can take a look at the previews just to get an idea of how this is actually going to print. So if I take a look at this with someone wearing it, the sizing looks good to me. So I'm gonna hit save product. And then through here, you can go and fill out your description, your title, your shipping. And then once you hit publish, what this is gonna do is it's going to publish right to your linked Etsy store. So it's going to create the listing for you. And then you can go into Etsy and add in your photos. You can change anything that will help you get a sale through Etsy. And then once you get a sale through Etsy, Printify is automatically gonna print and ship that product for you so that you never have to do this yourself. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe. And I do have a full Kittl tutorial if you wanna check that out and how to use the platform. I have another video on the licensing terms when it comes to using their templates. And don't forget to watch that video on how I'm using Gemini to further my print on demand progress by finding trends and having it help me come up with design ideas.